Pull a like parades on parades, extra with the slayer. Pay what it call for the tail, extra with the band. Young Cruiser King, better add extra on the. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day, I got extras on the way.
Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57. And this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Coming up next.
The hype and the talk is over. We're set for the big one. Super Bowl 57. Away we go from Arizona. Takes it at the 7th. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here come the Bengals. And CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
And everyone was quick to say after a heartbreaking loss in last year's Super Bowl, don't worry, Joe Burrow will get back here again. But we all knew that was no guarantee. Yet he's lived up to it 1 year later. Here he is leading the Bengals back for a shot at redemption in his second Super Bowl appearance.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. He's going to have the 1st down and more than that. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd with a 1st touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Bengals are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's finished off by the touchdown from Tyler Boyd. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here's Steven Sims on the return from his end zone. So here are the Steelers backed up to start their initial drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And how about this story? The young man who went to Pitt, stays in town, picked by the local team, and leads them to a Super Bowl appearance as a rookie. If this is a movie, most people would call it fiction, but we're watching it as fact.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. That play ended for a net loss by Jesse Bates.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Now a throw here to his running back. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we have...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for the...
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Levi Wallace with a pick. He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick. Rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem... every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
A gain of 3, second down. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Pickett to throw on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one in second down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Pickett. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Pickett back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. On 2nd and 9. Burrow. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
That's a burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
They run for it with Harris. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed 2. He barely got back to the line of scrimmage. And the Bengals will get the football back. A very good starting field position from the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the stick.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
It's brought in by Harris. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. And the Bengals are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, Mixon. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. So they went a little cautious there on 3rd and long.
And nothing wrong with that. Remember, they're playing with a lead right now. So getting a 1st down, yes, that would be great. But even more importantly, take care of the football. No turnover.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked them off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at their defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
On 2nd and 11 now. Pickett. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Not an easy spot here. We'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st.
And in for the Steelers touchdown. Steven Sims Jr. 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this Super Bowl at 7.
Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, and they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 to score as they begin 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And some space here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
1st down. Here's Burrow.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Hey, you gotta go score. Let's go.
Mixing up the middle. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
44 yards rushing for him now in the opening quarter of this Super Bowl.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner was giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it second down. Burrow on play action. And my goodness, another interception. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Harris going to get it again on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to gallop the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away, and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD.
Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick 6 here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, the ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Here's Sims now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10.
After the pick 6, here's Pickett to try again.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
11.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. Oh, he tried to pitch it and the ball's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back in the 7th. Chris Wormley in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
A big one here early in this Super Bowl. It's 3rd and goal.
Burrow looking to pass. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bengals will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points.
I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens. Although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Here's Sims now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Throwing on 2nd and long. Pickett. It's a short one here. Complete to the tight end. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. 1 quarter done, and 3 more to play here at Super Bowl 57. Plenty of scoring here already. Welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals set to take over. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll. Looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, yeah, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do. And
now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. Airing one out for Boyd. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. Well, you think about it, though, that interception, great for his stats, but bad for field position. It was 4th down.
Yeah, terrific observation. If there is going to be a silver lining, and this is what he'll plead when it comes time to watch it again, hey, it was just like a punt, right? So we end up taking possession of the ball. But you're exactly right about it. Should have slapped it down. Field position would be better for his offense. But how many times do you get a chance to make an interception that you turn it down? That's when your instinct kicks in and you take the football. In this case, the better decision would have been to knock the ball down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Pickett. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Pickett. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Unfortunately, that will go forward incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
He gets it complete to Harris. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Boswell's kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
Takes it at the 7. Oh, a miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
Let's just call that play exactly what it is. Needed, because they wanted to get back in the game, and they knocked the ball free, and now they have a chance to do exactly that.
They got the chance. Now they have to take advantage. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. When you gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your...
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Well, Brand, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done.
Out.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
These are the situations that really test the defense. Those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick if indeed they end up trying one.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. They had great starting position to begin the drive, and now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Again, it's Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the last time out, they had the good drive going. You get in the red zone, they throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either, so we'll see if they're more careful, more cautious here on this drive.
Yeah, nothing worse than repeat mistakes, right? You end up coughing the ball up, you end up throwing a pick. Everything just heard a fan scream out. I thought the idea was to score points. Yeah, they're getting a little restless, too.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Pickett. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Pickett lost it. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Steps away. He will find his man Chase complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Nixon will try the right side. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 63 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game,
that's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Bengals continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Zach Taylor's made the decision. They'll go for 2 here. And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 50, 30, 20. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Well, that was almost a 4-point swing. The interception, if he had returned it all the way, would have been 2 for them, but just a little bit shy.
And when it's a play like that, you're exactly right with the math. But don't you feel like it would have counted for more if they found their way all the way back to the end zone and gotten the 2? That changes the whole momentum, doesn't it?
And the Steelers set to take the field.
As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it. But I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game, because the reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up, and they gave the touchdown that was just given up.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Pickett now on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And some room to maneuver. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. There's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
the air on first down with Pickett. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Logan Wilson, the one who got in there and dropped him to the ground. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks in the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. And they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Third and long for Pickett. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and the deficit will hold at 15.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
Oh, he pulls over it. Taken down at the 47-yard line. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one.
Back to Mixon on second down. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 41. Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Once again, they run with Mixon. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. And now they will throw it with Burrow. And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Now in this first half, it's a first down.
Here we go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
They go play action with Burrow. He'll buy some time right, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. Here's Burrow. try and throw for it with Burrow. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And the Bengals are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Two minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Now it's Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bengals are feeling good as they extend their lead in the Super Bowl. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was first and goal from the 2, or I should say third and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit, and then tonight you can see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Pickett back to throw. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
And he's got room. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Offense was moving a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're in a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Pickett got his man complete over the middle. That's Sims. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 27-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
First and 10, here's Pickett. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Then their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And my goodness, another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown, and teams that look like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home with a loss.
That's caught, and he is into the end zone. So they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upset. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we send you on out, one of the greatest performances of the year usually, but not here. Halftime of the Super Bowl is skipped, and we are on to the second half. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Here's McPherson now to send it away. Here's Sims now from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Steeler offense ready to get going here in this third quarter. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run again with Harris. Room here to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 99 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, worthy adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball. Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Now Pickett will look to pass it. It's brought in by Harris. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down. Harris running straight ahead. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Right back to him on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he is going to lose yardage here. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw, Pickett. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. George Pickens, 32 yards. And the Steelers get a bit closer. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
Well, Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. Pickett will try to throw for this. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. They got 29 yards that time. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in for second half blowout material. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Even 100 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the Super Bowl. Options galore here, second and a few inches. Play action. It's Burrow. Throw left side, complete to Chase. Touchdown! Jamar Chase with his third touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Bengals are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. The lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. It makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent, and they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I would expect them to back off of that. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think he just said, well, my kicker's hurting this minute.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. From the gun, here's Pickett. He's going to air one out. And now here's another interception. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and the deficit.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on third and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run. But how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on fourth down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you've got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. A handoff to Mixon.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. Larry Ogunjobi able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those up. And it's intercepted at the goal line. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about 1 game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball. But they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
On the give, this is Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Sam Hubbard that time coming through defensively with reckless abandon.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Pickett now from the gun here.
And his throw here's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
Back to throw, Pickett.
He gets it complete to Harris.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously, a lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30.
They'll throw again with Pickett.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Meanwhile, Pickett's throw complete to Freiermuth. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. He's going to be a yard short. Needed
two, but only got one. Fourth down. They're going for it. This is Harris. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Bengals will get the football back. Well, they knew who to turn to on fourth down. Their horse, they needed the short yardage. He just couldn't get it.
And that's a surprise because normally that's bread and butter for them, right? Hand it to the big guy.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. Now Burrow loses the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And now he's got him in a great spot at the 8-yard line here, first and goal. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Boswell for the extra point. And the lead is down to 24. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, huh?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. Now Burrow. And my goodness, another interception. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Harris going to get it again on second down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. The safeties were well back there, and he had a lot of room. Were they in the cover, too?
Yeah, they were, and the safeties were back. You know, usually they're 12 to 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, somewhere around the hash mark for each of them. But what also happens if the linebackers dive into the line, if you block them initially, that blocker can come off of them and get up to the safeties on the second level, and now you've got a big place to run the football.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They hand this off to Harris. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Harris. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away, no good. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And for one of the first times all night, he's going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. On 2nd and 12, Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 2. Oh, he fakes a spike, and that is incomplete. The fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
Brandon, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, wasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He had to run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
12 more yards there and another first down. Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Cameron Sutton. And the Steelers force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. So a costly INT in the end zone, no less, puts the brakes on their potential scoring drive.
So many teams stick with the passing game down near the goal line because they see it as an extension of what they do between the 20s. But as we said many, many times, the further you drive, the more the field shrinks. And that was a nice job of making a play on the football and coming away with the interception.
The tackle there by Jermaine Pratt. Again,
It's Harris on second down.
And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Pickett, 4th down, desperation time.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
He will find his man Chase complete. And the Bengals are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Here we go.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow on the move to his left.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
3rd and goal, Burrow.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Bengals are starting to play on to the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive 1st and 10.
Man, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll run again with Harris. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They run with Harris.
And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
That's swung out wide to Harris. And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
They run for it with Harris. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Pickett. He finds his man, complete. That's Harris. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Pickett will look to throw it here. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Sims. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from the 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Bengals will get the football back. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
From the 39, Burrow. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner?
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Arthur Mallett. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Over the middle, complete. That's Harris. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a 2nd player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling the back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort.
And in for the Steelers, touchdown. Pat Fryermuth, 29 yards. And the Steelers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback, but, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, he took advantage of a little bit of loose coverage there with the lead, but at the same time, got it done. It'll take a little bit of satisfaction away from that throw.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. There's a look at receiver Jamar Chase as the Bengals get set to go on offense. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down and breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdown.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in
Play action now. Burrow looking deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. What a moment for him, a pick six in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick sixes over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that would pretty much seal the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately, I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick six, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison of the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended. That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall them on. What a play here. Another pick six in the Super Bowl. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. There's your current NFL record holder, T.J. Watt, doing what he does best, terrorizing quarterbacks. On second down, here's Mixon. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this. Back in training camp, they knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here we go, here we go.
Fourth down. Here's Joe Burrow. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can...
And now here's another interception. And the Bengals will take over here just shy of the 30. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. He's been almost impossible to bottle up. You see that number 10 on your screen, a big reason why they have the lead.
One of the guys that's being featured in this game and making sure that he's targeted because they do try.
Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt, his second sack of the night.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. There's a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Quick slant caught by Chase. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get your reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Now it's Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing a linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside.
Touchdown Bengals. T. Higgins, 31 yards. And the Bengals have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And he looked right off the line like he knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he's not going to make it to the goal line. They've been perfect on the night in 2-point conversions, but not here. As this time they come up empty.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
Here's Sims now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
He finds Pickens over the middle. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Pickett, he's going to throw it again. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Cameron Sample, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Pickett's throwing to the hands of Pickens. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Seventh play in this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Pickett back to throw. And that is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and the deficit will hold at 22. Bengal Nation rejoice. Cincinnati has given you the Super Bowl title. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
Yeah.